Greetings everyone, and in this video I'm going to be showing this set that I had against this Alisa, which is actually the same Alisa from the video before this one, where I kind of like detailed some anti-Alisa strats and punishment and whatever. And in this session I actually got to the Seiryu rank. First of all, it seems like I'm picking on this guy, he's a very like respectable player, because as you can see here I actually demoted him from Suzaku with a rage art. So that would have sure like tilted most of us, and typically people don't rematch after that, but this was actually like the second match that we had, and despite the demotion he kept on playing, so that's a very rare trait, especially in ranked these days. Some of his bad habits are relying so much on that power crush, which I discussed in my previous video, which is actually a high. I didn't know that in our previous set, and I was trying to only step it, but here as you can see I'm really making him pay for it with ducks into launches. In fact, the only kind of like mix-up he has on his approach is when he has rage. As you can see, I'm like backdashing away, ducking. Well, sorry, that comes a little bit later. So now I invoke the same strategy. See, I backdash away into duck and I launch him. Here I actually drop the combo. Stupid me. And here when I try to do the same thing again, I duck, he does the rage drive, which is actually a mid. This is the only time where he mixes up his approach. He always relies on that power crush, and here after it's exhausted he does it again and I duck it and I launch it. So that's one thing to not do. That's one of the things I ended up kind of like downloading about his playstyle, and I even, once I thought he was going to get wise about that, as you can see I started sidestepping it into whiff punish. So here I'm actually going to show three matches I had against him. We had a long set, and I actually end up getting the promotion at the end. That was a very stupid capital punishment by me. It was off axis. That was actually a drop giant swing, but it would have whiffed anyway because he was ducking. He loves his lows, especially that kind of like double arm sweep, this one, which is plus on hit. And whenever he eats a while standing 4, his default reaction, well, this is kind of like later in the set, but it used to be his default reaction was to power crush immediately. As you can see, I'm invoking a lot of side steps on him, and it's paying off very well. More of those power crushes, he just can't seem to get away from them. Whenever I think that he's going to stop doing them, he keeps doing that. As you can see, whenever he eats a while standing 4, his gut reaction is to power crush. Later on this set I start really exploiting that. He breaks the throw. I was hoping for a counter hit there, but it didn't happen. So this is not really much of kind of like a strategy guide or something. This is kind of like more of my thought process and commenting on the general, well, what happened during the matches, what I was thinking, what bad habits did this particular Alisa have. I know that's not going to help you to defeat like super high ranking Alisas or whatever, but this particular one, he was a Suzaku. It's not a low rank by any means, which just speaks to the strength of the character. But generally, knowing when to duck, knowing when to sidestep, knowing when to punish is kind of like enough for most of your matches online up until the very, very high ranks. There I missed a whiff punish, there I missed a punish again. I should have punished with something better, kind of like back 1-2 for example, against that blocked power crush. And he just keeps chugging out that power crush simply because it's a high and it's safe. So unless someone knows that it's a high and starts ducking it, it doesn't look like it, because it looks like a lot of the slash kicks or running moves in the game, most of which are actually mid. That was also a very unfortunate hop kick by me. And I steal the round with that back turned low, which is a very good kind of like tech to have with Armor King. You either finish the string with the 2, or you stay back turned and go into the low. You have other options, of course, once they start deciding to duck it. And that's also a classic setup, forward 2, stop, and then do a throw. That was supposed to be a down back 3, but I somehow dropped it. There I also should have punished, but I somehow froze. More of that power crush. Counter hit on the low into a launch. And the rage drive, I knew that was coming, so I just rage arted right away. Again, I want to stress, I'm not picking on this guy. The fact that he keeps on playing, no matter if he's demoted or not, is very rare. He doesn't taunt. He's a very respectable player, and I kind of like value that. That is such a rare thing to have online these days, especially in ranked. That was actually a very good sidestep by me. I get a launch and I capitalize on it. Well, since he's not going to be ducking against that stance, I might as well do the new low, and I do the exact same cheeky setup to close out the round. And this is the next round is the one where I actually get my promotion. So again, just like my thought process is the fact that this guy was a Suzaku means that the stuff that he's doing actually works against most people, at least. Which again, like I said, speaks to the strength of the character of Alisa, especially in Season 3, quite a lot. As you can see, like that power crush, yes, you can duck it, but like Alisa overall is very risky to sidestep. That was actually the incorrect punish. This is the correct punish, but that string was actually -10. I talked about that in my previous video. If you want, go back and watch it. There I actually land the giant swing, since he rarely does anything after blocking the capital punishment. And that was actually not very well planned, but it worked out anyway. So backdashes into side steps, backdashes into ducks. That seems to work against him just fine. And again, he finishes that string. I don't know why. It kind of like looks like she's going to stop after she does the first hit, which is why it connects on counter hit, I believe, so many times. That is actually much more punishable than a 1-2, but I got what I got. And he stops actually doing stuff after eating while standing 4s, and he starts getting patient again, which is good. And here I steal the round again with a low. And I'm 1 round away from getting promoted. He finally starts, like you see, learning a little bit and not doing stuff blindly, where he actually caught me with that power crush again. But he's a little bit more patient now. I'm missing punishes, but he's still recognizing that that power crush is not working so well for him anymore. And this was very late in the set. We had already played like 6 or 7 matches by that time. I actually read that low pretty well with a hop kick. But I believe I still lose this round. Rage drive. And that was supposed to be a while standing 4, but I was standing there. So I got a magic 4 instead, which is 13 frames on Armor King and not very quick. Opens up with a hop kick, I eat the combo. That's actually safe, he ducks under my punishment attempt. And I knew he was going to go for that power crush, so I giant swinged. Typically giant swing raw whiffs after hitting while standing 4 because it pushes your opponent away out of the range. But since he did that power crush, it kind of like creeped his hurt box closer to me. That's why it connected. And pressure into a low, into the promotion. And with that I say goodbye and see you all next time.